Hey guys, Brett here for TopoRanger. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to another episode. Today we are near Lake Marburg in southern York County, Pennsylvania. And I found this cool old Pennsylvania Dutch barn here to go check out. Now, we're not allowed to go in, it's posted, but it has a lot of open windows. So what I'm going to do is I have my Panasonic mounted on my quick pod here, and we're going to walk around it and use the extended quick pod to kind of push the camera into the building and see what we can see, because I think the lighting is okay in there. Lake Marburg is back that way. I tried to do some, well, I did do some filming with the drone, but I didn't have enough time. I realized that it would have taken too long. So I got down about 20 feet in Lake Marburg at the Smith Point put-in. Visibility was good, but to really do what I wanted to do with the drone, I would have sucked up on my time, and I wanted to come away with something useful. And I had come across this barn while doing research on Lake Marburg. So I was looking around here, and I think I found out one of the main reasons why they don't want anybody in here. And that's this right here. See that rope wrapped around that chain? And the chain connects to the main beam there. Okay. Where does the chain go? Comes out here, wraps around through this window. So they're using one of the main structural beams, I think there's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, to actually hold up this exterior wall, which is visibly leaning towards the camera right now. I don't want to be at this position actually for too long, because if it falls, it's probably going to crumble this way. So it looks like they might use this room here to store hay. See how the timbers are all white, chipped white? That would be whitewash. So they whitewash the interior of the barn, especially I think with dairy barns, because the powder that they made the whitewash out of was made with lime, made from limestone or dolomite, and that has antibacterial properties, so they would use the whitewash on the inside to cut down on the bacteria. So let's get out here. And this thing looks like it's been grown over for quite a while. I mean, honestly, if it's unstable, they should really knock it down. But it just has that cool old feel to it. I mean, look at this side of it. It's completely overgrown with just tons of vines. Now, if these vines turn green in the summer, this would be a good spot to do some photography. And look at this. Oh, wow. Okay. You can really see evidence of the structural decay of this sucker right here. This whole part here is collapsing that way. It's like pulling away from the barn. All right. We're just gonna peek in here. Oh yeah, definitely. All right. And it is well posted, so it's pretty clear that you're not supposed to go in here. Probably for the better. That's the other side. That's where we walked up first. All right, so we're at the back of the barn now, and I spied this hole right here. So we're gonna stick the camera in there and see what we can see. And I think there's enough light coming in that we'll be able to see it pretty well from the other side. All right, there's the inside of the barn. This is the top floor. Look at all that wood. Here's the silo. Yeah, it's locked up, so I guess they still use it. Looks like a concrete silo. Hey, it's even got a little window up there. You see that? At least I think that's what it is. Let's zoom in and find out. Is that a window? What is that? Looks like a window to me. Oh, here's another window. There's something in there. Hello? Did you guys hear that? Hello? What the heck was that? Maybe there's a vulture's nest up here. I heard something rustling around. The vulture was down a level though, but there's definitely something in there. All right. There's the top of the silo. And we're back around where we started. There is an old macadam road right here, but it's pretty grown over. I mean, how long has this barn been abandoned? You gotta wonder. Looks like they had a slate roof here, because that's what I'm seeing. That's slate. So I'm wondering if that, I don't think it could have fallen off this spot. If it slid off, it would have slid off down that way, I would imagine. So maybe somebody left this here. But yeah, this is a slate roof barn, at least this is. At least some of it was. There's slate quarries in southern York County. I wonder if that's where they got it. So that wall is the foundation wall. It's a bank barn, but it has metal lolly columns in it. So I don't think the barn can be that old. It's like some metal piping coming down from the ceiling, and I think this is probably a dairy barn. I wonder if that might go into the silo. That's looking out towards the parking lot. So that was the barn. And we still have enough time to hit the western end of Marburg Lake, or Lake Marburg, on the way back home. So let's go check out that part of the lake. Here we are at Lake Marburg. Some fishermen out there. Just saw a kayaker going that way. Quite a few birds here. Lake Marburg was built or completed in 1970. It has 26 miles of coastline. I'm gonna try to like sell you this lake. This lake was completed in 1970. It features 26 miles of coastline. 1,275 acres is how big it is on the surface area. Maximum depth, 110 feet. One of the interesting things about this lake is that it was actually created to supply a paper mill, which is not far from here in the town of Spring Grove, and they need a lot of water. So they created this reservoir And that's one of the reasons why there can't be any beaches here. There are a lot of lakes in Pennsylvania where you have beaches, beautiful sand beaches and beautiful swimming areas. Now, you're not going to find that here. This is mostly for kayaking and boating, stuff like that. And that's because the water level here at Lake Marburg, that's kind of gross, can fluctuate as much as 22 feet depending on time of year. And I guess with that level of fluctuation, you really can't maintain a beach. So no swimming, no beaches. And the paper mill drains off the water. But then the rains come and it fills back up. 15.8 billion gallons of water. That's how much this lake holds when it's full. And right now the water is down, I'd say, let's see here, probably the water level is probably between 2 to 3 feet lower than normal. And again, that's because of the drawdown because of the paper mill. But it's a pretty big lake, so yeah, maybe it's only 2 or 3 feet, but you got to think it's a lot of water. These look like seagulls. Quite a few of them, though. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're landing and then they're taking off again. I don't know if it's my presence here that's making them do that. I think they just, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just playing. There was a small community, I'm not sure where, but I'm going to find out, that existed here before the lake was filled. Now, I'd imagine they took all those buildings away, but I have read that you can see the foundations of that little village when the water gets low enough. Now, I don't know where the foundations are in the lake. It's a big lake. And I don't know how low the water has to get for that to occur. This is definitely not 22 feet below the normal water line, which is as low as it can get due to the pumping from the sawmill. I do see quite a few boats though. There's a kayaker right here. So there's quite a few towns, or remnants of towns, underwater and reservoirs all around Pennsylvania. Let's check out this kayaker here. There is a stone house here. I'm not sure if that's part of the, I'm thinking it might be part of the park. Go check it out. It's probably a rental or something. The building looks pretty old, but it's been redone. It's called the Black Rock Lodge. definitely been improved. But you get a nice view of the lake right here. A kayaker came up on shore while I was filming. She didn't look too pleased that I was there. And there's the lodge. And here's the fire pit area. Check out these cool benches, huh? It's pretty neat. Nice gravel, nice fire pit. Here you can see the bedrock. It looks kind of shaly or slaty. Yeah, I think it's the quartzite. Of historical interest here is the Marianne furnace, which was an iron furnace which was put into blast I think around 1761, and it ran I think till 1800. It was started by 4 people. One of those people was named George Ross, and George Ross was a signer of the Declaration of Independence, okay? And George Ross and the other 3 people had this furnace, and this furnace made stuff like grape shot cannonballs for the Continental Army to be used during the Revolutionary War. And on another interesting kind of little factoid, historical factoid, is that George Ross had a nephew who died, and that nephew had a widow. George Ross, one of the owners of the Marianne furnace, introduced George Washington to his dead nephew's widow. She was a flag maker. Her name was Betsy Ross. So there you go, a little tie-in there, right? I mean, you have a lot of tie-ins all around this area with the Revolutionary War, but that's I thought that was pretty neat. Also, the location of the furnace, I don't think they really know exactly where it is. I've read that some speculate it's here, others speculate that it's actually at the bottom of the lake, although I don't think it really matters either way, because as far as I can tell from what I read, there's really no ruins of it. There are some slag piles, but the actual furnace itself was probably dismantled for building stone a long time ago. But it was the first iron furnace to operate west of the Susquehanna. I mean, 1761, that was what? That was good 15 years before the Revolution started, right? All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. As always, love having you guys along. If you have fun coming out with me, hit subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, all right? This is Brett for TopoRanger, coming to you from Lake Marburg in beautiful York County, Pennsylvania. I'll see you next time.